सब्सक्राइब कीजिए न्यूट्री स्टाइल चैनल को और प्रेस कीजिए बेल आइकन को लेटेस्ट वीडियोस सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Hello, I just wanted to share our health issues from a very unique, from a very different perspective. From the perspective of a thought process of a great past philosopher, Roman philosopher rather, his name being Lucius Seneca, you all must have heard. And I quote him, it says, "It would be some consolation for the feebleness of ourselves and our works of all things should perish as slowly as they come into being. But as it is, increases are of sluggish growth, but the way to ruin is rapid." What he's trying to say is the rise, the growth, the improvements will be sluggish and slow. But once silently it reaches to a climax, it reaches to a peak, it reaches to a cliff, the fall will be sudden. The fall will be very rapid. There will be a hard landing. That's what he's trying to say. So, and then he's not applying this thought to just one reality. He's talking from any reality of life, socio, political, economic, religions, cultures, businesses, finances, families, everything basically. So let us look at what he's talking from the historical perspective. If we look at the Roman Empire itself, where he was born, the Roman Empire's rise was slow, sustainable, sluggish though, but long. But once it reached to a climax, to a cliff, there was no reverse. There was absolutely no reverse, and the fall over the cliff was very hard and totally done with the Roman Empire. But then, if we come back to India and look at the Mughal history, till the time of British, the growth was sustainable. The growth was memorable. The growth was very sluggish though in betweens, but very, I should say, very sustainable, in the sense that until the time of the British started coming to India, the fall of Mughal Empire was sudden over the cliff. And we just see the ruins of Mughal Empire now. And then when the British themselves took over, and the sun never set in the British Empire, we see the fall of British Empire over the cliff was so sudden at the end of World War II. And then when we start at the World War II and look at the communist empire of Russia, also called the Great USSR, how the Great USSR fragmented, fell into pieces all of a sudden over the cliff. So these are the laws of the natures we are talking about. And we look at the businesses also, rise of businesses and the fall of businesses, so and so forth. Then coming back in context to our health, if we look at our birth, since our birth, we take our health for granted. Nowadays, let us come straight to the modern world. Right from the birth, I must say that we consume highly industrially processed foods, but we take our bodies for granted. We never care about what these highly industrial processed foods are doing to our bodies. Anyway, so we go forward, we live 10 years, 20 years, we feel that, we think that, we believe that we are strong enough to live forever healthily. But then we cross over 20s, come into 30s, and then we come to a cliff. And the cliff, suddenly we develop all metabolic syndromes, blood pressures, we develop diabetes, we develop liver diseases, and then ultimately we have heart attacks, we have dementias, we have strokes. I have seen strokes happening at the age of 45, 50. I have seen people dying, perish totally falling over the cliff, or I should say hard landing at the age of 45, at the age of 50. So should it be like that necessarily? I don't think it's necessary. If the growth, if the maintenance was proper, if there was a proactive maintenance of health right from the beginning, there should not be a necessary fall over the cliff or a hard landing over the cliff. Rather, it should be a soft landing. What I mean by that, if we consume ground-based natural foods which our body is compatible to from the beginning, we will have a sustainable growth of our body and our health. And as we grow, as we age gracefully, and we not necessarily have all these modern metabolic syndromes. And then plus, if we have our proper sleep patterns on a regular basis, basically, we will definitely not have dementias or Parkinson's or strokes or heart attacks. So the point I'm trying to make here is, if the nations had proactively evolved and maintained and changed accordingly with the times, and we as individuals or as a nation or culture take care of our body through natural processed foods and change according to the times, and maneuver according to the times, and evolve and go back to the original and try to change our situations, try to change the position from where we have created the problem, we not necessarily have to go over the cliff and fall short. Yes, perish, we all must perish. We all die, but we should not necessarily die the way of, like I should say, a crash landing, falling over the cliff. It should be a very soft landing. We should not have to go to the cliff. We can age gracefully by living a very healthy lifestyle of eating ground-based foods, avoiding processed foods, and having a very decent and efficient sleeping patterns. So, soft landing instead of hard landing. That's all I wanted to share with you.